Schroyer from the InfoWars War Room. You are now traveling through another dimension. A dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. A journey into a wondrous land whose boundaries are that of imagination. That's a sign. Post up ahead of you. Your next stop, Prison Palace. I'm here now to introduce you to your guide, a maverick, a future legend, and FEMA camp princess, a televangelista, a soldier in the tyranny response team. It's none other than Prizilla. Buckle up, because if you don't understand it now, you soon will, and that's where the real ride begins. Let's go.
Hello and welcome to the Prison Palace. And you're here with your guide, Prizilla, the FEMA camp princess and televangelista. And, I was thinking it's time to do a react video because I'm going to be doing all sorts of content on this channel to fight the system, fight the tyranny. It is time to look, watch, react, and give my opinion. Yes, let's get into it.
There's up a lot of people. But a relationship between a man and a woman is inherently unequal. And that goes for any relationship where someone is deciding to date their oppressor. Just like all white people have racism brainwashed into them, all males have misogyny brainwashed into them. And any male who claims not to be a misogynist is a misogynist, because a self-aware man knows that he has it brainwashed into him. And any time that a woman decides to be in a relationship with a man, she's making a sacrifice and a commitment knowing that she's dating her oppressor.
Okay. So, there's no route for men to not be brainwashed, right? No matter how good they get, they're still misogynist. So, to go with this, check this one out.
So when deciding on a comment to respond to, I thought, do I want to respond to some hot-ass mess, or do I want to respond to something that is providing perspective and clarifying the point that I was trying to make? And I went with this route. I am particularly talking about white cisgender teachers who go into schools, whether it is majority white schools or not, and use the racism that it is within all of us, or the white supremacy that is within all of us, and they wield it against either their students or other colleagues or coworkers. That's the issue. And that's why I said harm that has been caused or can be caused. Because as white women in education, we have power, we have the power to dismantle these systems that we uphold.
Okay, so again, with the brainwashing. But can anyone really unlearn? These people are always saying that you're still internally homophobic. You're still internally misogynistic. You're still internally white supremacist because you're white. You can never break the brainwashing. You can never break the mind control. You can never break the conditioning. You're just a slave to your problematic subconscious for the rest of your life, right? I think that's the big difference between the SJW types and truthers and patriots. We believe that you can break free from social engineering and what they try to brainwash us with. But for some reason, it seems like liberal, progressive, the social justice people just think, no changing it. You never be a good enough ally. It's always gonna be there. It's always gonna be there. Oh my gosh. And let's
Never
see this.
said that white lives don't matter. No one ever said.
I did. Out of my best friends, one of them is white and the other one is half white. I don't give a fuck! And they know I hate white people.
I just want to bring up the question as why did TikTok ban White Lives Matter? Why? Why is it okay to shit on white people, but you say one thing about Jewish people controlling or having a huge amount of power in an industry, and that's not allowed? You can freaking say that white cishet patriarchy controls everything, but don't you dare say that Jews are rich or powerful in anything. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you say that white lives matter? It's so goofy. Let's see this one.
Here's the thing. We understand what the patriarchy is, right? They created the patriarchy, to put men in boxes and to put women in boxes. But the patriarchy is inherently misogynistic because women get treated like shit historically, right? And it's inherently transphobic. So the reason why period is so synonymously bleeding is because they wanted to exclude trans people and non-binary people. Cis women are not the only ones that experience periods. At the end of the day, whether it's hormones, whether it's your body producing hormones, whether you are a cis woman and have to take hormones, that hormonal period is valid. Not everybody bleeds. And I don't understand why wouldn't you want to be inclusive? Why are you trying to gatekeep? And it's because most cis women feel like their reproduction is the only thing they can offer. They're a female. That's all they have. And that's kind of sad that you broil yourself down to your fucking body parts. Hello? We get our hormonal cycle once a month. If we want to call it a fucking period, we're going to do that. You're just a pick-me, trying to collect your bag, act a fool, but it's going to be expanded just like a lot of things in a society. And if you don't like it, you can go over there with the Republicans.
Men do get some sort of hormonal time of month, apparently, where they have like a period, but either you bleed or you don't. I mean, what do you want? What do you want, dude? Okay, let's see. This was an interesting one.
Okay, so this is our polycule. This is everybody, okay? We also have 2 kids, but we don't show them on TikTok. Okay, so me and Kyle have been together for 8 years. Been poly the whole time, okay? Me and Kyle are in a triad with Kit. We have been together, the 3 of us, for 3 years. We have 1 child together, and she's 5.
All I want to say with this is that when polyamory started getting popular, I never imagined that they'd be doing multiple parent families, bring the kids into this lifestyle. What happens when y'all break up? Y'all 5 are gonna stay together forever? Forever. I just don't think that's very healthy for a kid to grow up around. But that's just me. Let's see. I just oh yeah. I wanted to talk about this story recently from a Pride event where they had some pretty inappropriate stuff for a family-friendly Pride event. Let's see. You see this? That's insane. Insane. How can they do this, dude? How? It's just so sick, man. It's so freaking sick. Yeah, and then look at this. Freak out at what's for sale. Bruh, we don't want little kids looking at dildos and stuff. Can you just not? I mean, yeesh. Look at this. Not okay. The pride events with the kids. You'll get to it a pro. You show your butt, dude. Stop. And being all like Marilyn Monroe. Stop. No. Look at this. That's not okay. No, dude. No. Keep your puppy fetish away from these little kids. Jeesh. Oh yeah, and then let's see this real quick.
First of all, the point of puberty blockers is to use them now while Summer is just starting puberty, and to basically, without causing damage, any permanent change or damage, to give Summer a 2-year break before puberty even starts, to really think through her identity. So Summer is really confident in being a girl, and Summer has the body of a male, and Summer's 13. And so what we want to do is we want Summer.
So first of all, no permanent damage? Really? Because it can keep a male's genitalia from growing if you're on it too long. And it can cause infertility.
To be like, 13, 14, 15, and still have a lot of time to think through her identity while preserving her body in this state, rather than making her go through a whole painful process of turning into a grown male body when she already experiences so much gender dysphoria in her current body. So Summer wakes up every day feeling really sad about her body and being in this body that doesn't match who she is. And Summer's generally really happy in life, like socially and in school and all these other parts of her life. She's really happy, but she has like a constant sadness because her body doesn't match who she is. And so we've been in other states with Summer, not physical states, like emotional, mental states, in which she feels depressed or even suicidal. And that's when other parts of her life weren't going as well. And so we've been able to help her through those other parts of her life so that everything else in her life is generally going really wonderfully. But that gender dysphoria is still there, and it still causes a lot of sadness for her. And so that's in this current box.
So in the little blurb she put, she said that she's never depressed anymore after she came out. I'm confused, but... And it's like, who's to say that when they grow up and they find out how painful and dangerous transgender surgeries are, that they wouldn't have wished maybe they didn't do any puberty blockers.
Body, and that's pre-puberty. And so what we would hate to do is unnecessarily make her go through this whole process of turning into like a fully grown male body when she doesn't have to. And so we're lucky enough to have the resources and to live right here near Stanford, where they can do this kind of thing for Summer, where they can help her without causing any irreversible damage. So the important thing about puberty blockers is you can just stop them at any time, and Summer's natural testosterone would return, and Summer would go through a completely normal male puberty if we did that at any point.
It won't be completely normal. It'll be stunted, but okay. And actually, on top of this one, let's see this. So keep in mind, she just said that her child is on puberty blockers 2 years before they're actually going to start puberty.
There is no surgical intervention happening to transgender children to change their sex. This is simply not happening. Here are the actual facts. Fact: medical professionals are not giving puberty blockers to children who have not reached puberty. Fact: puberty blockers are fully reversible. Fact: hormone treatments don't generally begin until after 16 years of age. Fact: sex reassignment surgery is considered at 18 based on making certain criteria. Fact: gender affirming care is life.
Really? Because there's been how many 12-year-olds and 10-year-olds have been getting their breasts removed, mastectomies? This is a lie. It's a lie. Even if you go back and look at the Project Veritas one, it says right on Boston Children's Hospital website that they will work on prepubescent minors for surgery. So what is the double messaging here? Why is it like you're trying to cover it up? Why are you lying? You are doing mastectomies on underage people, on children. Even hysterectomies, I've heard. 16, not okay.
Life-saving care. Share this post to spread facts.
Is it life-saving care? Is it though? Because there's so many complications. It's so dangerous. Is it going to be life-saving when they want to kill themselves because of how much pain they are in for the rest of their lives? It's not okay. Oh, so let's see this one.
So I've been doing an experiment with my doctors. When I show up to new doctor's appointments and I have to explain the condition my body's in and why, if I say it was HRT related to transition, they treat me one way. But if I say I was abusing anabolic steroids, which is what that was, they treat me a different way. When I say the first one, they get really weird and they say like, well, there aren't any, we like some of them will say like, oh, well, we don't know what the side effects are, or it's safe, or they get really defensive. And then if I, for example, I went to the ER the other week because I've been really, really sick and I was trying to explain my situation without going into detail or evoking gender ideology. So I just said I was on anabolic steroids, testosterone for 6 years. Like, not necessarily alluding to using it the way a bodybuilder would, but, kind of that. And they know what the consequences are when you say, I was a bodybuilder and I took gear. They know what the consequences are. And they tell you the things that will do to your body and how that will damage your body. Unabashedly, unashamedly, they'll name it. It's the same substance. The same substance. So I find myself often frequenting boards online of other former bodybuilders who took testosterone to ask them questions like, how is your fertility? Were you able to carry a pregnancy to term? How is the kid? Like all that stuff that I'm just not going to get if I search through the lens of anything that evokes gender religion.
Why don't they want to warn people? Why? Why is your gender identity and your self vision of your physical body, why is that prioritized over your actual physical health? Because we want to be so nice? Because it's not nice to not warn people of how these drugs and surgeries will actually affect them. But, okay. All right.